Hello and welcome to Oracle Storytelling. Happy Galentine's Day edition. Happy Valentine's Day edition. Happy whatever love you are cultivating in your life edition. So, as always, I have been helped out to co-create this evening's Oracle. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lorette, for your help. I've asked for 4 numbers, 1 through 100, and 4 numbers, 1 through 10. And the 4 numbers, 1 through 100, will be the page number in 4 books that I've chosen. And the 4 numbers, 1 through 10, will be the number of the paragraph going down that page. Typically, when I tell a story, everything's kind of, the story, there's some humor and it kind of all connects in this beautifully co-created, woven way. And when I was pulling out the books, I just felt very much drawn to identifying the passage that's going to be used and then pulling a card for some guidance. Because regardless of if you're celebrating Galentine's Day, if you're celebrating Valentine's Day, however you're cultivating love right now, I just feel like this has to also, most importantly, be give yourself a break edition. Just give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. I don't know about you, but January was like, what was that? And February has been exceptionally trying. I got some really great news and progress on one thing, and then physically right after got hit with something else that I'm getting better with now. But damn, it's rough. And I just feel like, there's 4 little short passages, there's 4 little guidance messages, and whichever just speaks to you, let it resonate, let it, just sink in and do a little healing, do a little gentle thinking, whatever the case may be. But I just thought, let's do some gentle messages. Again, thank you so much, Lorette. You were definitely one of my Galentines, and she is away with her Valentine, her husband, on holiday right now. And I just pulled out things kind of around the books, so kind of just thoughts of things to conjure up, giving yourself a break. So I'm holding this tourmaline because I find it very relaxing and grounding. And I don't know, I'll just hold it and kind of do that. I'll take it to work sometimes. So little stones like that. Or if you throw a stone in a bag that you use, that's something I like to do because randomly I'll come across it. And it's like a great excuse to take a pause and just kind of hold the stone. Fluorite's wonderful. Rose quartz is really nice. Ooh, it's like glowing. I just pulled this little key. So this little key, I'm just saying, is this little key with a rose. So just like think of it as like a key to unlocking whatever's tight in your body, a key to unlocking your throat chakra, a key to giving yourself a break, giving yourself a pause, locking yourself maybe away from overthought, over worry, over work. And then this feather. So crows have always been a huge part of my transitions everywhere I've moved. And they've just been a huge part of my journey. So here's something really simple. Again, just bringing in the idea of transformation, change, but the feathers. It's gentle. It's they're hollow bones, right? And transition and change could be heavy, but in a feather, it's very, very light. Um, and this, which I couldn't help myself but bring this out, which is a pin that says, "I love you." Now, I got this at a CVS in Michigan about 1,000,000 years ago, and I just thought it was really funny, and I've just had it forever. And I tend to wear it on Valentine's Day, and it became part of kind of my uniform when I'd work at the Dirty Show in Detroit. Um, and it's one of those things. It's not an everyday thing, but one of those things that has definitely stood the test of time, as it were. So with a nice exhale, a relaxing breath, yeah, just a few messages, and let's just see what connects. Leave the rest. Okay. I'm rocking a very chill, ratted up shirt that I really don't leave the house in, so I'm just in full chill mode here. Okay. Message number 1. See if this resonates with you. It's okay to breathe. The most important thing to remember, though, is that neither hemisphere is preferable to or better than the other, just as men, or menses, aren't better than women or vice versa. A certain school of thought holds that because intuition comes from the right hemisphere, we should just get out of our left hemisphere and chuck them together. But then you'd end up with a right hemisphere on a stick, all emotion and intuition, but not able to talk about it or put it into an intelligent framework. That's as bad as if the left hemisphere, that's as bad as the left hemisphere denying the value of the right. It's like thinking that men are what's wrong with the world, and if only women could run things, all our problems would be solved. That isn't so. Because women have a man inside them, since they too have a left hemisphere. The key is to find a balance between the two sides, to bring them into harmony with one another. Okay, so this definitely feels like for Valentine's, it could be about relationship, right? A relationship, or Galentines or Valentines. So a relationship between the masculine and feminine. And if you're in a romantic relationship, masculine and feminine doesn't have to be male or female, the sex, but bringing into balance your masculine or your feminine with your partner's feminine or masculine. So let's see what a little guidance we got on that was. The card that came up for that passage was Deep Knowing in reverse. So deep knowing, okay, so it's about intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy, and hypersensitivity. So the message I'm going to read from this is, you are in empathy overload. So it's a bit talks like that imbalance, where it's mentioning, some people say we should just cut out one hemisphere, put the left hemisphere on a stick, but then it's out of balance. You're in empathy overload and you need to get grounded again. So tune out for a bit. Oh, God, sounds amazing. Hypersensitive. You're suffering from psychic exhaustion. I believe it. Any other empaths, sensitive people want to go, yeah, that's me. Let me tune out. This signals the time for recharging of your batteries, set energetic boundaries, take a salt bath. And I just took a great salt bath recently with CBD. So good. It's the most relaxing bath I've had ever. Empty your mind and get back to you. It's not a time to be too open. And it says some more. But so balance and boundaries is what I'm getting with that message. So if that resonates with you, if you're feeling like maybe that imbalance in the masculine or feminine, somebody's pushing a bit too hard with their masculine or feminine, and you need to set those boundaries because there's an imbalance and you need time to let that settle. Maybe you need to recharge and get your masculine and feminine more in balance, or something a little more recharged, and bring it back into relationship with yourself or with another person. And so that's what I'm getting from that message. If I'd listened to my insecurities and concluded, well, I need to feel completely confident before I'm qualified to be a writer, I wouldn't have written my first book. Okay. So that speaks to a couple of things, right? That's about inaction, feeling you have to be completely confident before you can do something, ready before you even know how to do something. So inaction is coming up for me there. The message with that one that I got was, oh boy, that fell. TikTok, which is funny because that's the thing about inaction. And we have TikTok. So timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. So when humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them, the future is ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order was happening now in glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. And I think that's really fitting. Because on one hand, you have inaction, and you're waiting for like the right time. And then this message, is talking about this idea of timelessness. And sorry, I don't know where to look on this camera. And releasing the agenda. Yeah, release the outcome. So you want to write a book. You want to. I want to creative things. A book is on there. It's on the list amongst other things. More art things. But yeah, release the outcome, release the agenda. If we knew, we can't write the book and then be ready to write the book. We have to write the book. Fear of success, fear of failure. That idea that failure isn't the opposite of success; it's part of it. Released from the outcome. You could plan to write a book. You could write it. You could fall in love with that book. You could not fall in love with that book. You release that from the outcome. And the next thing you write, or the thing that is brought to you through the process of writing the book, is something that you fall in love with, and that's the success. So yeah, that's the message I'm getting there. Okay, drop this one. Okay. Breathe. Okay. Lemon balm / Melissa. Melissa? Another name for lemon balm is Melissa? Girl. Emerald. Oh God. Anti-anxiety. There we go. Nerve tonic. Uplifting the mood and emotions. mild sedative, uterine tonic, BLI, associated with Jupiter. All right, so already what I'm getting from this is for the person who's that you have a million tricks up your sleeve. So when you're feeling your overwhelm, you're like, all right, let me hop to it. You know, what's my essential oil? Maybe study essential oils. For me, lavender is my powerhouse. I'll go to lavender, or I'll go to a mixed tonic that somebody has made. So lemon balm. So yeah, so anti-anxiety. So maybe you're struggling with anxiety, and this is just a suggestion to, well, have you tried something? You know, have you tried using scent? Have you tried, you know, using essential oils to combat this? Or maybe have you tried using like Ayurvedic flower essence, which is non-addictive and really, really, really small doses of flower essence to combat things like anxiety. So nerve tonic, uplifting the mood and emotions. Mild sedative. So all these things where it's, yeah, this need to calm, this need to relax the nerves. So maybe it's your nervous system needs some relaxation. You know, what do you do? Do you do tapping? You do tapping? What do you do to reset your nervous system? How do you get that back in alignment? Be ally. Maybe you're a little out of whack because you're feeling some allergies, and maybe having some honey from the region will help you with some of that. Associated with Jupiter, Jupiter is the planet of my brain is not working today. Associated with, it's a giant planet. I don't want to say luck and something else. It's very life changing, but all the planets are, and that's not super helping. So let me. Which one was it? 43. Okay. Yeah, so with this one, we had Unfinished Symphony in reverse. So unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure, the need to make amends. So maybe that's why there's some anxiety. And maybe, again, doing something like using an essential oil, bathing with an essential oil, getting a candle with a certain scent that is relaxing, that will help relax your nervous system or relax you to sleep, has a positive sense memory. So, okay. I'm a little unsure what's the best message to read for this, but I'll just say this is a time to tie up loose ends as you near completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. So that makes sense with anxiety. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you're leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what is past so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. This card in general, Unfinished Symphony. I mean, just the word unfinished. If that's triggering you in any way, that resonates in me. I'm like, unfinished, damn it. Just, but what I'm hearing in that is, what the hell was that? What I'm hearing that is, why is it doing this? Come on. Yeah. So acceptance of where you are now. So if you're having anxiety, you're probably not feeling really good about where you are right now. You're not feeling really good about Like you feel like there definitely something needs to change for things to be okay. And the idea of radical acceptance is everything is okay. Not just accept, not I accept how things are. Yeah, I agree. This is how things are. A, B, and C in a row, lined up, one after the next. No, it's radical acceptance is not, okay, fine, things are this way. It's everything's okay this way. Everything's okay. It doesn't need to change to be okay. Because radical acceptance is radical self acceptance. And you're finding acceptance with yourself and accepting radical acceptance of time. Because if you are not at peace with time, then you do not feel like you are okay as you are. Like when you have anxiety. Okay. And the last message, let's see. If I could write the beginning, it wouldn't be in the light. It would be in the womb, in the dark, in the cave, in an egg. It would be to name all that has been left out of what's holy. The blood, the body, nothing real or imagined has ever happened without it. That's beautiful. I don't know, that just feels really peaceful to me. Maybe because there's discussion of where it starts, where if I write the beginning, it wouldn't be in the light. Yeah, in the dark, in the womb, in the egg. There's just something really, I don't know, there's something really peaceful and meditative about that to me. Let me see what the card was. Card was Truth Be Told. Okay. Truth be told, honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. And which one do I want to read? What am I feeling? There is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to a philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not the time for debate about which truth is truer. Girl, we can all relate to that, right? When we're figuring out what truth is truer. Ego. This is the time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud. And you be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you in an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and spirit will answer with miracles. So absolutely. So what I'm getting from that is you're surrendering. You peel off the layers. So you peel off the layers. And the passage is writing, if I could write from the beginning, it wouldn't be in the light. So that's your voice. Your truth is, if I could write from the beginning, it wouldn't be in the light. It would be in the dark. What is your truth? Give voice to that truth. Peel back the layers of, of conditioning, of what is. Part of, going back to the last one, part of radical acceptance of yourself is accepting the truth of what is for you. Because radical acceptance, it's not an external acceptance. It's an internal acceptance. So stripping away the layers is really just taking the blinders off from all these fun distractions, or anything that's drama in your life, or dramatic, or problematic, in my life and anyone's life. That's shiny distractions. And it just pulls us away um, what our truth is, right? Um, and you can absolutely accept yourself and walk in the world more and more uh, with more and more strength and confidence and everything else, the more you radically accept yourself, because it becomes less and less about anyone else, and more about your truth, you know, in your womb, in your cave, in the dark, which is a beautiful, beautiful place to start. So, I just thought I would bring these kind of just calming ideas in, and next time do something funny. But today I am just in, I feel like everyone needs to really give themselves a break mode. And this is a time of love. It's a time of love in relationships, of all kinds of relationships, and to celebrate that love. So let's not forget to love ourselves, our bodies that are going through so much. And I feel like this year, dear God, has anybody else just had a blur of what the hell? Oh, and the one thing that Laurette pulled, and this is specifically for Enchanted Love Tarot. She got the Emperor card, and I'll read this, which is, have no doubt that you will make true love appear in your life. The Emperor commands it, and he is the boss of bosses! Exclamation point. In your quest for love, expect either to meet a person who exemplifies some or all of the qualities of the Emperor: authority, strength, aggressive, for noble purposes, proud and confident from genuine accomplishment. It will accompany a big improvement in your status and maybe even your wealth. So, yes, love. Yes to Galentine's Day love. Yes to Valentine's Day love. Yes to peaceful rest, and everyone giving themselves some kind of genuine break. And the books that I read from today were Mary Magdalene Revealed by Megan Watterson, Lunar Flower Priestess by Hannah Corbett, The Courage to be Creative by Doreen Virtue, and Awakening Intuition by Mona Lisa Schultz. I hope that whenever you watch this, you have a peaceful day or evening, and just be radically awesome and loving and accepting of yourself in a new way today. Thank you. Until next time.